Why is there a harbor seal walking around the office?
Oh, that's our new CEO.
Come again?
Well, apparently they didn't order through EasyCater for the board meeting, and when the food didn't arrive, they kind of lost focus. Next thing you know...
We have a seal as our CEO. Did I say something wrong?
No, she just wants a mackerel. Here you go.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. How? EasyCater.
Thank you. I just got promoted.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
These are the final seconds.
The lead in the fourth. Can they hold on to it?
That do or die time. And everything rides on one shot. But it isn't going to be that easy.
And it's a one-point game.
This is down to the wire.
They're going to try the three-pointer attempt.
One shot to take you to the top. One winner. This is clutch basketball. That's the NBA playoffs. That's game.
All right, AMA, Jetta Cameron, John Ritchie. That's right. And by the way, the Eagles, as you just heard, 20 days to training camp. We'll have Ray Dittinger, 45 minutes away from being in here with us for an entire hour to talk Eagles football, Phil, Sixers, and more. The Diddy, 12:45 every Wednesday. All right, before AMA, your chance right now to win $1,000. You've got that chance now by texting the word ROCK to 72881. Text the word ROCK to 72881. One randomly selected nationwide texter is going to win $1,000. You've got another chance to win $1,000 coming up in an hour at 1 o'clock today. Also at this very time tomorrow, noon tomorrow, every weekday at noon. Every weekday 5 times a day, 8 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 4 p.m. It's all powered by BetQL. Win more and cash in more with the help of BetQL. Download the BetQL app today to learn more. That's BetQL, BetQL. All right, Moshe is in for James Seltzer today, and Moshe doing a very nice job filling in for a couple days here. AMA, Moshe, what are people asking on Twitter, Facebook, and the text line? What do we got?
All right, starting off with @PhilsFan on Twitter, Bob Lilly. What is your best guess on whether the Phillies will be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline?
Between those two sellers. But I will say this. I think there's a third option that is actually more likely. Standing pat. Just doing nothing. Like, if they buy anything, they're going to buy a scrub reliever. They're not going to buy – like, a guy called in earlier, an hour ago. Oh, let's get a great closer. Well, yeah, I love the idea too, but they're not going to do it. I think they would be basically a stand patter. But if I had to actually say between buyer and seller, I would say seller.
Yeah, I would say buyer. I guess maybe that this is a good representation of our mindset about this team. Yeah. I do believe they believe that they're in this, that they are built to win now. And while it didn't go as expected in the first half, it is trending in the right direction. And they need a closer. I think they'll buy one. And maybe a little more.
All right, after displaying his bruise in studio yesterday, where does that rank in strangest things Joe has ever done in studio? That's from Mary in Center City.
I guess I can't really answer this.
It was pretty gross.
Yeah, I mean, that's a John question.
You saw it. Joe like stripped down, putting his bare leg and his hairy little foot like right up in my grill.
Yeah, be careful on the strip down thing. You didn't give people the wrong connotation.
You're right. Okay. But it was a bare leg.
It was a bare leg.
Like up.
And a bare foot.
Right on my area here. Now, that I think one of the strangest things I've ever seen was our eating contest, where it took a half an hour, and it was a quarter-sized piece of tripe that Joe was tasked with eating, and it took the full half an hour. Like, that was bizarre. That, to me, is one of those things where you could just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to dig deep and just put this in my mouth and swallow it. And it somehow took half an hour. A half an hour of deliberation and complaint.
Sure.
That was mind-boggling to me.
You know what every once in a while I do, and I've done it twice recently. Once yesterday, Moshe didn't even see it. Every once in a while, I will throw my pen to try to get the producer's attention when I don't have his attention, but I'm in the middle of talking. See, I can normally turn my microphone off if John's talking or a caller's talking, and I can say something to James, or in this case, say something to Moshe. But if I'm the one talking like right now, and I'm trying to get James's attention or Moshe's attention, and they're not looking, every once in a while I'll fire my pen at that window.
Yeah, he does that.
Just to try to get, because I need you to know I need you.
Yeah, waving your arms will do it better than a tiny little pen. But later in the show, I saw you all of a sudden walk over like around the table in there. And I was like, wait, did he just pick up a pen?
Yeah, my pen was broken too.
He has
now
broken
I understand
pens.
why. I thought that you just saw a pen on the floor and you wanted it.
No, I was trying to get your attention. You didn't see me, and I didn't want to say it on the air.
He's throwing the pens in anger. He always has a pen in his hand.
Correct.
And he'll throw it, and sometimes it breaks, and you've made a mess of that as well, which is also a strange thing.
All right, Moshe, what do you got next?
All right, if you had to compete as an athlete in one of the Summer Olympic events, which would it be and why? From Kevin in Venice.
Well, that's easy. You're on the Olympic basketball team. You can win a gold medal. I mean, you can win a gold medal whether you don't play as the 12th guy or whether you do play as the 12th guy. Either way, you still win a gold medal. I mean, if Jeremy Grant and Kevin Love can be in the Olympics and win a gold medal, I can do the same thing. I mean, you think I couldn't?
Yeah, I think you couldn't.
Right. And by the way, it's like in the Winter Olympics. Like before, I've said this answer: the bobsled or the luge. You just lie on your back and go. And maybe you go faster than the other guy. Maybe you go slower.
It's incredible to me how severely you underrate what the requirements.
Come on. They lie on their back and they go down a chute. It's like playing shoots and ladder, except you're on a sled.
I do think it requires less prowess than some events, but I don't know. Like if we're talking about doing the Olympic, you're not going to make the Olympic team in basketball.
Well, there's
you could make the Olympic team in shooting. Like they have stuff like shooting. Like if you practiced a ton and devoted your life to like really honing in your fine motor skills, you might be able to do that.
I got you, but my point is I can win a gold medal with the average skills that I have just being added to the men's basketball team. It's a fact.
But never coming off the bench.
But you can't ever.
Yeah, maybe I don't play.
That's impossible. You could do, if we're talking Winter Olympics, the curling, it seems like
I like curling.
Athletes end up getting into curling.
I love curling.
And you can, that seems doable, where you're like brushing, you're just like sweeping really hard and putting a lot of effort into it, and you've got the discipline required to hone your skills at the highest level. I'd like to be a curler.
I might get injured, though. You'd be good at it.
I think I could curl.
You could curl
the heck out of it.
Yeah, you could curl.
All right. Which is worse, arguing a safe or out call at fantasy camp or complaining about a loss in golf after being given a mulligan? It's from Jim in Cinnamonton.
I have no answer to that. I stand by everything I've done. I mean, guys, I didn't even ask for the
mulligan. But you have to know
which.
Do you know which is worse? I think yesterday's lying about the golf.
I didn't lie. I didn't lie at all.
Well, we had the story. We had a different story when your friend called in. Your friend of 25 years called in and explained to us that he actually beat you in strokes.
But that wasn't what we were competing in. We were competing by holes. Obviously, I'm taking some chances on some
But the way that
holes.
it sounded was that it was a two-man race between you and the other guy, and you sort of fell apart because of one hole.
That's 100% correct.
And it turns out you actually came in last.
But I didn't. I came in second place because we were playing by holes. I won 3 holes. My friend won 0. The brother-in-law ended up winning 6 or 7. I'm still annoyed by all that. And with that, we shut it down. The whole thing annoys me.
Ask Me Anything with Joe DeCamara and John Ritchie.
And now, John, I wonder if they would view it the same way that you do.
Look, now
So are they better golfers than you?
I'm not willing to say that. No.
So you're better than they are.
I'm not willing to say that either. By the way, now my 2 buddies that I'm playing golf with today are annoyed that I'm talking trash on them, saying it's too hot out there.
Because they should be. You're kind of selling them out.
Well, here's what one guy's saying. He says, I don't think I've ever played a full round with Joe. Last time we were out, he bailed at hole 8. I don't even remember this. He said, I went to the bathroom and never re-engaged in golf. He said that was money well spent there. I think that was at his course. And he said the last time at a different golf course that he treated at, he said, I stopped playing after hole 2 because of my groin. He said, again, money well spent, sarcastically. And he's right. I did stop playing after the second hole.
Really?
Yeah. But that was early in the year. Now I'm good. The groin's stretched out, good to go.
Yeah, you seem like you're ready to go. So are you guys playing 18?
We're either playing 9 or 18, whatever these guys have the gumption for. I'm ready to go. I'll play 27 if I have to.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You got a different mindset.
Dude, I'm
now.
like Ernie Banks. Let's play 2. But I'm talking 2 rounds. I'm not talking 2 holes. Not this time.
Well, this is good, Joe.
Thank you. John, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to...
You're doing the right thing.
Unlike Ben Simmons, I actually try to improve. And I'm not...
And you have.
Correct.
This is the man who played one hole of golf the last time you went out with these guys and said your groin hurt. Now you're pushing them to go 18.
Well, that was the one I told you. I dropped 5 or 6 F-bombs first shot. It ripped me up. It's probably scar tissue, but it's getting stretched out now. Okay. Let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Matt in Abington. Yo, Matt.
Yo, guys, what's going on today?
Hi, Matt.
Hey, buddy.
So the whole Ben Simmons thing, I hate Ben Simmons. Always did. But I mean, as terrible as he is, I mean, he's just like us. We're humans, and we still get time to go do things and spend time elsewhere. And I just feel like that. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, you can't expect him to be in there every day, all day
I tend to agree with you, Matt. I do.
Yeah, but as far as that goes, I mean, you know why he's there? Because he just doesn't care. He don't care what you think. He doesn't care what I think. He doesn't care what the coaches think. He got paid, and it's just Ben Simmons. I mean, he thinks he's just a couple years ago when he had that interview, he said he thinks he's good enough.
That's what bothers me the most. That's what bothers me the most. I go back to the response. Well, hey, I'm an all-star. Like I can't stop thinking about that.
Yeah,
Does he still feel that way after this postseason?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it possible that he still feels that way? Because that's the way it looks. And I do have a problem with that.
Yeah, but he's never going to change it. And unfortunately, I as much as I want him to go, I wanted him to go for a long time. Doc loves him, and it's going to have to be a perfect match for another team that is willing to take on the chance to try and fix him, because nobody's going to want to just take him on the way he is. I mean, you're going to have to find somebody that says, "Hey, you know what? We fixed somebody before. Maybe
I don't agree. I don't agree with you, man.
I don't know. I think it might be easier than that.
Yeah, it's just a matter of someone's just going to give you less than you'd otherwise want for him. I mean, someone will take him. There's any number of teams that would take him. They're just not going to give you too much for him.
They're not going to give you value. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right, Matt, fictional coach. Give me a great one.
Moshe, I'm going to go against my answer, Moshe. So off air, maybe you could just ask him if it was a better one or not. You could just tell it on air if it was a better one. I'm going to go Irv Blitzer and Cool Runnings.
All right, Cool Runnings we go. And that is the Winter Olympics, right?
Yeah, that's the bobsled.
See, you just get in that little sled and shoot down. Come on. How hard can that be? By the way,
Herschel Walker was doing it.
Yeah,
he's because he's explosive, and he's one of the world's most powerful men at the time. So they needed him for that big jump start where he would run alongside the bobsled.
So which one is that? The luge or
you're
the bobsled?
saying that you could do that?
Is that the bobsled?
I think it was. Yes.
All right,
bobsled.
forget
it's
that.
The Jamaican bobsled.
Not that one. I want to do the luge. You just literally lie on your back.
Yeah.
I mean, someone push you and you just go down the chute.
But you do have to steer.
It's like on your back roller
If you don't
coaster.
steer, you fly off into nothingness.
I'm not going to fly off.
You would fly off if you didn't steer.
Dude, it's all gravity.
And if you fly off, you might die.
Listen, I probably weigh less than some of those other people, so maybe it'll be less. I'll go faster because there's less. It's Newton's laws
doesn't work that way.
Newton's laws of Decameron's physique. down the chute for a gold at the Winter Olympics.
Joe, apparently losers can reach speeds of 87 miles per hour, and in 2010 somebody reached 96.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be afraid. I'd be a little afraid, but at the same time, you just lie on your back. I mean, how hard can it be?
It looks like a lot of fun, honestly.
By the way, as we continue to talk about a topic right there from AMA, let me tell you, AMA sponsored by Dell Technologies. To the phones. Let's talk to Zach right now in Westville. Hey, Zach. Yo, Zach.
Hey, I'm here.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, well, so, I was going to talk about the Phillies. I'm super excited the way they played the last couple games. I'm a little sad that they only have, I think, 4 left before the All-Star break, but we're only 4 games down. We're in second place. I'm happy to see Hoskins finally coming alive. He's on pace to hit 39, and Harper finally getting a home run with people on base.
Yeah. I am excited that they are finally rolling and healthy, and it's all the top players are playing thusly. I'm a little bit concerned that the break doesn't, that the break is coming at the time where we're hot. That's good in the sense that it gives them a positive feeling heading into the time off to recuperate, but at the same time, can they sustain it?
Yeah, I don't buy it, Zach. I'm just telling you, I'm not buying it. Not yet.
I know it's early, and I know, I was happy to see
it's not early. It's not a matter of early. If anything, it's 3.5 years in. I mean, to me, this is no different than anything I've seen for the last 3.5 years. They win about half their games. They lose about half their games. That is not a strategy to make the playoffs. That is not a team good enough to make the playoffs, in my opinion. I'm excited they're playing better, but it's not early. If anything, we've seen enough for me to say this is why I don't believe.
Yeah, I am happy that one of the only positives I saw at the beginning of last night was rocking Arietta.
That was great. That was
after
great.
all that he's done to us,
Yep. All right, Zach, give me your best fictional coach.
All right, I think I got a really good one. I told Moose on the phone I was excited for this one. Patches O'Houlihan from Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you got it, Zach. Appreciate the phone call.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I think that's what
I haven't seen it. All right, John,
you haven't seen Dodgeball?
No. Would you expect me to see Dodgeball?
I guess not.
I think that Joe might enjoy it.
I think it's a
dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yes.
What was better, Dodgeball or that basketball?
Basketball.
Basketball's good, too.
I love both.
You know what I liked growing up, John, as a kid, and I think you also probably watched this, knowing you, and Moshe, you're probably too young for this. In the 1980s, this kind of phased out somewhere in the 90s, but it used to be on TV with decent regularity. The ridiculous roller derby stuff, John.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Of course.
I mean, they'd be whizzing around. They'd be throwing each other to the ground. That was great.
I agree. Somehow that I know it still goes on, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not really televised.
So was that ESPN we would watch that, or what channel would that be
I'm not
on?
sure. It felt like it was Saturdays in the afternoon.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
They'd have the stuff on their arms, so if they fell, like their elbow wouldn't break, they'd have like the little arm guard stuff, but they would really hit each other and knock each other to the ground. It was a ridiculous
what
watch.
About
we had when I was in Oakland, he was like an equipment guy, like he was a clubhouse assistant type guy, George Run Jones. He was like an all-time roller derby, roller participant. One of the best roller
Hall
derby.
of Famer?
Yeah, I would assume. Run Jones
Okay.
he was great. I guess the Oakland had a big team back in the day.
Listen, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good stuff. Let's go to
sport.
Billy T in Princeton. What's up, Billy T?
Did you get the ball out of the infield?
Against Fritz, no. But against other pitchers, absolutely. Billy T, there was only 2 at-bats against Fritz. One time he drilled me. The other time I got a hit, but didn't count it as a hit.
Nah, that's no hit. I heard Jack talk about it yesterday. Come on.
Look, I don't know what lies he was spewing, and I didn't hear what he said, but I'll just say this. I played great at Phillies Fantasy Camp 2 weeks ago. I played great.
All right, well, listen.
And I've told you before when I haven't played good. That first year, I did not play good. I played great 2 weeks ago.
I might have to join you one day.
Please do. It's a really great thing, and the website PhilliesFantasyCamp.com where you can see all the information. There's the big one coming up is January, and you're right there in the Phillies complex. It's really, really legit.
Yep. Hey, I've got a different take on Nola.
Yep.
I think his role needs to be in the bullpen. And
you can't do that. Come on.
Stop, Joe. Let me explain this for a second.
What?
He's got 3 out pitches. He throws strikes. He doesn't get flustered, and he certainly has the demeanor of a closer. And you're gonna take a look at Dennis Eckersley. He started out as the ace in Cleveland, went to Boston as their ace, ended up in Oakland as the closer. Now, I'm not saying it's doable right now, but I got to tell you, if we get two other starters, Eflin is solid, Wheeler is obviously solid. We need a lefty and a righty, or 2 lefties.
Well, all right, Billy, let me jump in and say this, though. Let's start with this premise. You need multiple pitchers on a baseball team, ideally 5, but let's say it's more like 3 to 4 these years, to give you 200 innings. So the better pitchers have to pitch 200 innings. Like the reason why, as great as DeGrom has been this year, to me, it's nowhere near Bob Gibson's thing from '68 is Bob Gibson pitched a ton more innings. Someone's got to pitch in. So I don't want to take one of my 2 or 3 best pitchers and say, now you're going to pitch 60 innings in a season. That's stupid.
All right, well, let me debate that, because now you got Nola, assuming that you have 2 other starters to pair with the 2 guys we have. You got him in the bullpen, and you're able to use him 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah, but that's not how they would use him because of how they use relief pitchers. They'd say he's available today. All right, he just pitched 2 innings. He's unavailable for 2 days. Billy T. It's a bad. Come on.
No, it's not. It's not a bad idea because he throws strikes and he doesn't get flustered. He has
so your rotation now is going to involve Matt Moore, Chase Anderson, and Vince Velasquez?
No. I said we get 2 new starters.
All right. Okay. Well, look. All right, give me a fictional coach, Billy T. A lot of big answers still.
Hey, there's no crying in baseball. Jimmy Dugan, League of Heroes.
And you know what, Billy
Great
T?
Answer.
You know what Jimmy Dugan would know? Not to have Aaron Nola be a relief pitcher.
Hey, that just makes it a little controversial today.
All right, man. Billy T, appreciate the call. Jimmy Dugan, who is based on the real-life Jimmy Fox, the great slugger from the Philadelphia A's. 215-592-9494. Coming up, we talk to the Diddy. Ray Didinger in studio with us coming up for an entire hour. That starts at 12:45. Phone calls throughout the show. Joe DeCamera and John Ritchie on WIP.
All right, showtime. You ready?
Born ready.
Great. Did you bring the dongle?
What's a dongle?
Never mind. We'll just show them on your laptop.
I was supposed to bring my laptop?
Don't panic. You shared the presentation with me, right?
I forgot.
Well, if you log in, then we can...
My password. I was about to say I forgot my password.
You ordered the food through EasyCater, right?
Yes?
We'll be fine.
Food can make or break a presentation, so make sure you order at EasyCater.com. Individually packaged food delivered right on time. How? EasyCater.
Introducing Odyssey exclusive stations. We've curated hundreds of new music stations available only on Odyssey by music fans for music fans. Check out our Masters of Metal, playing the pioneers of heavy metal, or Katie Neal's Leading Ladies for a salute to the women of country. Like K-pop, Odyssey has that too. We've even invited a few of our famous friends to create stations just for Odyssey listeners like you. It's your pop, country, rock, hip-hop, 80s, fun, jam band, yacht rock soundtrack for your day by Odyssey.